All right, welcome to this breakout session in Tableau APAC Live. I believe all of you are extremely excited to be part of this event today. I'm going to take you on the small journey of Tableau in the year of 2020. And that is what's new in Tableau. Are you guys thrilled? Excited? Perfect, let's begin. Well, before we start, a quick introduction about myself. My name is Prashant Keshri and I work as a senior solution engineer here at Tableau, based out in India. I majorly work with big and small enterprises on their data journey, and I just love the amazing work our customer does with Tableau and data. On my personal front, I've used the last 4 months pretty much wisely, subscribing to a few of the most popular online entertainment platforms such as Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney, and then a few of the domestic one as well. And then comes History, and then comes Discovery, and then TEDx. So if you're looking for any recommendations, I can share some good inputs. Well, lockdown impact on myself. Well, my sister wanted to be a hairstylist, and the result is me today with no hair. Nevertheless, life is life. Let's begin. Okay, so now let's talk about why are you here? Why are you in this session today? Well, if you think we are going to talk about all the Tableau features released in the year of 2020, you are partially right. We're going to do that, but we're going to do it in a different style. We'll go for house hunting. So let me give you more context about this hypothetical scenario. So I live in India and I'll be moving to Netherlands for my work commitment. Well, for my house hunting, I'm getting some help from one of my friend, Ruben, who lives in Netherlands. And he has suggested me to buy a house, which will be more economical down the line or basically in the future. And for that, he has shared me some data sets, which I'm going to use on Tableau desktop and see the relevant information, which will actually help me find the right place for myself. So let's move to Tableau desktop and see the information which I have built using these sample data sets.
Well, before we start, I've just noticed that my Tableau desktop license has expired. Now, in order to fix this, I will need to work with my manager to get an approval to allocate myself a new license key, and then I'll have to work with the IT team to activate it on my laptop. And now I'm afraid it will become a loop. But do I have a quicker solution? And the answer is yes. LBLM can help me solve this situation immediately for me. Here, LBLM spells for login based management system. Let's see how it works. On the activation page, on the product activation page, it has a new tab which says activate by signing into Tableau server, into a server, which will help me get connected to my Tableau server, which has LBLM enabled. So I am giving in my server address. And then my user details. And if my ID exists with a creator key, I should be good to go. Well, it works. Fantastic. End of going into the loop of approval cycle. I mean, this way, even organizations can save their time and be hassle-free of maintaining multiple licenses key for multiple users. Now I can begin with my analysis and answer my first question. Well, I always wanted to live in a less crowded area so that I can get some me time and enjoy the place in peace. And this is exactly what this dashboard shows me. I've taken two datasets and joined them together to build this analysis. The first data is the Funda data, is from Funda, which contains list of all the houses available for sale. And the second data is neighborhoods data or the locality information details. Houses are marked in small circles here, whereas locality is represented in the field map with the population density in red color gradients. Now, if I look closely into the densely populated regions, you will see that the number of inhabitants are very high, which doesn't look correct, because if I look into this locality, which is Shad Shuyok, the total population it tends to be is over a million population. Now that appears to be a wrong data in my sense, because the total population of Netherlands is well below 650,000 people. And it again gives me the wrong data for Groot locality. Now this looks incorrect. and it looks like a data duplication issue. Let's see how relationship can help me here. Let me bring in the neighborhoods data onto color and again change the color to orange shade so that density can be appropriately highlighted. All right, now the density looks perfect now. Now I can see that the earlier location, the location Sharjah, which was showing 1.3 million population, now decreases to 16,390. And the number of inhabitants within the Groot region has also declined pretty much. Now this data looks pretty much okay to me. I'm completely satisfied with it. Well, without any workaround, I could quickly fix the data mismatch. This was a real quick fix. Likewise, this new data model comes with a load of benefits, a lot of benefits. Also, if you could notice the map you will see is a new map layer in this visualization, which looks so much clear, such as airport details. And if you zoom in, you will also get to see the metro or the subway details as well. This is a new map layer which comes from Mapbox, and there are few more available for us to make our geospatial data more impactful. Well, this is cool, right? Let's get back to our relationship. Let's get back to relationship and discuss more about the actual issue and see or basically discuss how relationship has actually helped us here. And for that, I will switch back to my PowerPoint slides.
So we have got two data sets: houses data, which contain list of all the houses available for sale, and the second one is neighborhoods data, which contain list of all the neighborhoods and the number of inhabitants in those neighborhoods. But when you join both of these tables, you get one single large data set. And next to every row of listing, there are neighborhood details, such as locality information and the total population of those neighborhoods. Therefore, in result, the population data gets duplicated across multiple listings, in this case, which results into incorrect information. And that's exactly what we just noticed on our dashboard, right? Therefore, that's a problem. And I'm sure you would have faced this situation earlier when working with your data. So let's see how relationship can help us in this problem. So in relationship, we again get the same data set back on our screen: houses data and neighborhoods data. When we combine both of these data sets on Tableau using relationship, Tableau is aware about the relationship between both of these data sets and the context of the data, which comes in from the level of detail of your visualization. Therefore, it doesn't do join or multiply the data. It doesn't do that. It automatically determines that there is just few houses in one neighborhood, and each neighborhood has got a defined set of population. Therefore, I get the right results. And how does it look on data pane? Well, the experience is drag and drop. When you drag any table from the left, in this case, the publisher table, you get a nice new line. We call it noodles internally. It kind of looks like that. Well, a relationship eases out a lot of complex business scenarios, which requires a lot of tables, or when we have a star or snowflake schema to work with. So let's get back to my dashboard and answer our next question.
All right, let us answer the second question and find the houses which are closer to the supermarket. Because I kind of like to cook my own food, and staying near the supermarket will be a great idea. Now, to answer that question, I have got the supermarket data and the listings data. Small marks here are the houses which are available for sale, and the larger bubble represents the half-kilometer radius around each of these supermarkets. You can quickly notice that there are many houses within the half-kilometer radius. I mean, this is really great for me, as now I could quickly walk to get some groceries whenever I need it. That is always I wished for actually. Well, at any point of time, I can change the distance from 500 meters to 400 meters, or I can change this distance to any distance of my wish. Well, this will actually help me make my decisions more effectively. If you are still wondering how this was built, this buffer area is built by using the latest geospatial function, and that's called buffer calculation. Let's discuss more about it, and for that let me switch back to my slides.
Buffer calculation. Well, it starts with a point or a location from your geospatial data, in our case, the location of the supermarket. You then calculate the radius within which you are looking for a house. And then we draw a circle around it. a large circle, which becomes our buffer area. And we will further bring in the details or the data about the houses which are available for sale. In few of the scenarios, there will be few houses which are within the buffer area or few may lie outside. But in our case, we are only interested in the houses which are available within the circle. And that is the reason we did an inner join. Now I can answer two questions: which area to look for and which are the houses which are near to the supermarket. I think that's a good start for the house hunting. Let's get back to Tableau and see what information are available for us in exploration.
Alright, while we already know about which neighborhoods we need to focus on and the houses which are near to the supermarkets. Now this dashboard has some more information about the average price of each houses in each neighborhood, along with the weekly trend and the number of houses available of every size. We also have the image of the houses to get a quick look on how the houses look like, as it shouldn't be a case where the house looks generation old and it doesn't fits me on my requirement. Well, these details are pretty much relevant for my decision making process, and I'm all excited to explore this dashboard for more information. During my initial analysis, I have decided to live in the eastern part of the city, as it is less populated and far from the airport to avoid noise. Therefore, let's select the interested neighborhood. And what I have done here is use set actions to narrow down my search and compare data. Now, if you see within the living size details, the orange bar highlights the number of houses available of each size for the selected regions, and the gray bar shows the number of houses available in the other regions, which is the unselected regions. Therefore, now I can compare house size for the selected neighborhoods, compare the house size for the selected neighborhoods with the other localities. This feature helps us in numerous other use cases and makes the entire comparative analysis extremely fun. While we spoke about set actions, did you notice the animations in this visualization? In case if you haven't, let me show it to you again. So I'm going to again select the eastern region where I'm interested to locate in, and you will notice that the visualizations are changing slowly, which highlights the shift of data points, and this essentially help us relate the progress of data from state 1 to state 2. Now, this information becomes pretty much useful where we like to track the shift in data and then take our decisions for our analysis. Well, let's get back to our house hunting and the pricing analysis. Let's get back to our house hunting. In the pricing analysis within the average price visualization, few of the neighborhoods are extremely expensive and out of my budget. While using sets, it normally becomes a bit stressful to include or exclude members from the set, and I need to manually find these localities from the map. I mean the expensive regions and then exclude it. Therefore, it becomes a tedious task, right? Well, using set controls, which you can see on the right bottom corner, it looks like a quick filter. Now I can manually select and deselect any of these expensive neighborhoods which I don't need for my analysis. So in this case, I can very easily get rid of Graven lands and Nissen land, which doesn't suit my requirement. Well, you'll see that just by using the quick filter type of set controls, I can easily select or deselect the interested or the uninterested regions, non-interested regions. This feature makes the life more easier when working with sets. Alright, let's look at some of the specific houses near the supermarket. And you can see that few of these dots are in blue and few are in orange color. So what I've done here is, based on my date selection, which is built using parameters, I'm highlighting all the houses in orange if those are uploaded after the date selected, so that I'm only focusing on the houses which are latest, so that I only focus on the latest listings. Well, you heard me saying date parameters. And if you have used parameters earlier, you must be aware that every time the data changes, I would need to update date manually in the parameter. so that I could see the latest data, which means that dates become static in nature in this case. But with the recent update in the parameter capabilities, we can make it dynamic, where whenever the data gets refreshed, the current value gets updated with the latest date with a small configuration. And this makes our life easier with dates across parameters. And before I could show you that, let me change the date and go back to any of the prior dates, in this case 19th of May, and publish this dashboard on Tableau server so that I can use this, so that I can show you this feature and also to share this analysis with my friend Ruben for more inputs. So for that, I'm going to publish this dashboard on my local server. I'll just say publish without extracts and give this dashboard a name and go ahead and publish it. All right. While this visualization loads up, remember the parameter that I set is applied on an older date. But whenever I will open this dashboard in the future, the date will get updated and my entire view will get filtered out accordingly, as it is set as a dynamic parameter. Perfect. If you notice here, the date has changed to maximum date in my dataset. This is exactly what I wanted, as it will help me focus only on the recent listings. That's amazing, right? Well, we have analyzed most of the information correctly, but what I want is to buy houses at the right time, and for exact same reason I have created this trend line. If you notice, the trend goes up and down during the period of time. This KPI is important for me, and I would like to track it always. And for this, I'm going to use the new feature, which is metrics. It's a lovely new way to track your KPIs. It shows the value and then a new little trend for context. And for that, I have, let me just give this a name. This should be housing prices and save it. Okay, so I have misspelled it. Housing price in euros and create a matrix. Perfect. So my metric is created now and I can go back and access it for the moment. When I open this metrics, I'll get to see the final value, and along with that, I'll get this nice trend line for me to understand more information about this details. Now I can access this matrix in the Explorer view as well. In that case, let me just go back to my Explorer view where I have saved this matrix. And this place can become a collection of all my metrics. Well, metrics will help me get a quick glimpse of all my important KPIs across multiple dashboards, and thereby it will save me some more time for my decision making process. Okay, so let's do a recap of what we have discussed in last 15 minutes. And for that, let me move back to my PowerPoint, or basically to my slides now.
So what did I show you in the last 15 minutes? Well, we spoke about LBLM, the new license management system. That is available for creator roles, which allows you to easily manage multiple product keys. And the activation of Tableau Desktop and Tableau Prep without working with multiple keys as well. Now, this should be like a big relief for many of us, where we always get confused about who is using which key. Or let's suppose if somebody from my organization has left the organization and I want to retain or revoke the key which he or she was using. Now, in those scenarios, this feature becomes extremely useful. We also spoke about relationship. It's a new data model, which is an easy, flexible way to combine data from multiple tables for analysis. You define a relationship based on the matching fields so that during analysis, Tableau brings in the right data from the right table in the right aggregation, handling the level of detail for you. The use cases of relationship could be avoiding data duplication, which is one of the common scenarios when you join data, when you join or combine data from multiple tables. Or relationship can act like a custom data source for every sheet so that you can answer a lot of business questions. Therefore, it opens up a whole lot of data exploration activities for us. Thirdly, you can solve some of the useful use cases which requires major structuring of your data. such as doing multi-pivot. Now you can do all of those use cases pretty much easily on Tableau using relationships. Thirdly, we spoke about S3 connectors. Now, you can spend less time sourcing data and more time analyzing data because that is what Tableau is meant for, right? Starting version 2020.2, you can directly connect to your S3 connector. You can connect to your S3 server just by entering the server URL. Well, we also spoke about buffer calculation. Now, spatial analytics has been one of the major focus at Tableau this year. With the introduction of spatial functions such as make point, make line, and distance, buffer calculation has added a lot of use case for us to explore it. If you're looking for a coffee shop nearby, or if you are planning to open up a new store and you are still deciding on which location will be good for your business, or in case if you want to locate all your high profile customers so that you can run some marketing campaign, buffer calculations or buffer functions will be really, really helpful. Set actions. Now, this feature extends the interactivity piece in Tableau, allowing for deeper, more diverse comparison through user selections directly on the visualization. Therefore, you can see and understand your data more effectively. Few of the use cases of set actions could be doing a A/B testing, where you want to compare how team A has performed in comparison to all the teams in the tournament, or you want to compare how your product A has performed in comparison to all the products, right? We can further improve the visualizations, the drill down capabilities of your visualizations using the single member drill down options. Additionally, you can make your Vision tooltip dynamic. Now, that was one of the highly voted features as part of when Vision tooltip feature was released. Well, animations. Animations empower your users to tell more compelling and relevant data stories with Viz animations. Well, we also spoke about metrics. This is again one of the smart way to quickly get specific information from multiple dashboards and thereby save a lot of time. Things we couldn't cover up today are many, such as capabilities of Tableau Prep, which is getting stronger and richer every month. Smart recommendations, data roles, level of detail on Tableau Prep, write back flow output directly on our database. Now, how cool is that? I'm sure many of you are already excited by these lists of features. Believe me, preparation wouldn't have been so easy like it is now. We also got some new features on Tableau Desktop as well. Prediction modeling functions. I'm sure you are excited. So predictive modeling functions put powerful statistical modeling tools in the hands of analysts so that you can use these functions to understand the relationship within your data, estimate missing data, and project the data into the future without even leaving Tableau. Well, today we covered a lot of specific features, and there are many more in the list, which will be relevant for you in your exploration journey, but are not covered today. Therefore, I strongly recommend you to browse through this web link to get more detailed information about each of these topics. With this, I want to say thank you for joining this session. Stay safe, stay happy, and have a great day ahead. Thank you.